No.
And I'm able to share my screen with all of you. So I'm going to be sharing my Seesaw screen, so you'll see exactly what I'm doing. Everybody can see that?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
No.
Yes.
It's going to take a minute to pop up for everyone. But you can see here, this is me logged into Seesaw as a teacher. I'm going to go through a few things. First of all, let me get this out of my way. Whenever you have a class or whenever you're attached to a class, you can always come up to your name in the corner, and that's where you switch classes. And it's the same for the students. So all of our students have multiple classes because all of our students are in all the specials classes. And then you can also come to the gear. So if I ever reset your password, you just tap on the gear and go to account settings. And that is where you're able to change your password. You can actually do a training if you want to learn more about Seesaw in general. That's through there. Over here, this with the wrench to the right is where you can manage your students and the co-teachers. So first thing is the name of the class. If you want to change the name of your class, I created all the names when I made them at the beginning of the school year, so you're more than welcome to change the name. Go to manage teachers, and that is where you can add a teacher. So you could see on mine, I have me and I have my student teacher, Miss Beatles, as the teachers in my classes. But I am probably going to add paras who want to be a part of it, because that's a great way for you to communicate with the kids while we're out, especially if you miss our kids, which I know we all do. Scrolling down, this is where you come to manage students. So this is where you would go if you need to add a student. And all you do is scroll all the way down. Of course, I can't see it. There we go. And enter student ID. So you have to enter their regular Infinite Campus ID starting with the small s. You can't just enter the number. How I've entered them in is with the S and then their student number. And once you do that and hit look up student, their name should pop up. The only way their name shouldn't pop up is either if you didn't enter it correctly or they are new students. And if they're new students, you also have to make sure you add in their email address and everything. I don't think we'll have that problem right now. This is also where, for our homeroom teachers, you can turn on and off the students can see each other's work. That's very important because you may not want the kids, sorry to say, cheat by looking at somebody else's and then doing that. So that's one way to do it. Personally, I keep it on because I like the students to be able to like and comment on each other's work. So you could see here, little Raymond, I commented on his work, or actually that's him up here. I commented, I think mom and an aunt commented as well. So it allows us to communicate nicely through Seesaw. Now, if you have it to where they cannot see each other's work, you can actually turn on the blog feature, which is right here. So I can enable the blog, but then that's gonna bring me to where I have to set it up. I'm gonna set it up right now. I could show you in my 5th grade where I have it. And on the blog, there they can share their work. I have a rule that they can't have their face on it because even though you can just send a link, it's still a public kind of thing that does not have I think you could set it up with a password. And in that case, you could have it to where they could show their faces. But for me, I would just show their work. So that's the blog. And in the journal, that's where you're going to see their work all together. But for their their work for, especially for what we're doing now with the virtual learning, what I do is I create an activity. So that's in this here. The students are all used to this. I've been doing this, I mean, a little less so with kindergarten, but for all of our 1st through 5th grade, they know about activities. They know how to log into Seesaw and to do this.
Have you done it? I'm sorry. Have you done it with pre-K?
I had just started using Seesaw with pre-K.
Okay.
But I sent out the email or a message today, I'll show you in the inbox, to families, and it to pre-K as well. So in activities, so this is my week 1. When I click on it, I can automatically see who has posted and who has not.
Oh, wow.
So you could see this is for virtual learning 1. I know exactly who hasn't posted, and if I'm able to, I can send a note specifically to the parent through Seesaw, or I can what I did this Monday, and it took 5 or 6 hours, as I went into every class, I did a screenshot and I listed all the students that did not post, and I emailed to the teacher. I don't know what the teachers, we're all trying to figure this out. So we've got to figure out an efficient way for us to communicate and to also let parents know that it's okay if you didn't get it in. Even though I am putting in grades, I'm putting not applicable or N/A for those students that didn't get it turned in. So I'm not sure what the district is doing about all that in the end, but we'll see. But this is just my way, and it's been the most efficient way for me. So you can already see in my week 2, I have quite a few already. And so I see here 1 student has sent in their 2nd week. So I could either go down here and approve all. If I want to just look at it, usually it's in the inbox, or I could just click review. And I can click on it and it will make it larger too. So that's Daniel's. I actually tag the standards too. So if you want to do this, I haven't been doing it, but you can actually create this. And yes, this is typical of our Daniel. A great little collage drawing. And so I can approve it. I also have it to where, because they're signed in with their email, you could actually send back their work. So that's great for classes if you want them, or if they need to correct something, you can send it back to them and then they can correct.
How weird.
So it creates a kind of a draft. So that's how you do this. Now, to create an activity, you go to Add, Assign Activity. And then within here, there are 3 domains. There's a shared one for our school, where teachers in our school have created activities. There's your own, where you have created your own activities. And there's a community. So the great thing about the community one is you could search by level and by subject. So of course, all of our internets are slower right now. But you could see here, community, school, and my library. So I can go to community, and then what's a grade level we have here today?
3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Okay.
Kindergarten.
Kindergarten.
Everyone.
So from here, you can search for activities that have already been made. You can also start from scratch. But you can see getting started in Seesaw in 1st grade. So here's some generic ones. You could just go straight here. You can look specifically at grade level, English language learners. There you go, Ms. Fields, English language arts. And then it has lots of them here that are already made. So you can start there and actually just edit just hit the 3 dots, or you can go straight to assign it. And I believe many times you're able to activity. So many times you can just edit straight from there, but you can heart it and it will add it to your library too. But for the most part, I create my own. And
I don't know
for the virtual learning activity, I just copied and pasted what I put in Verge. I'm trying to get my notes.
Hey, what's going on?
But let's see. So from here, now I would be able to probably click on it. Studio, and I think that's also why my internet is slower.
Somebody's talking in one of their backgrounds. I can't hear Siri.
Yeah, I think it's Miss Wise. It might be you. You might need to mute your screen.
Okay, let me figure out how to do that.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Click on that and then the 3 dots. And I can actually copy and edit the activity. So then I would put this one as week 3 because mine's pretty simple. These little things here with the colon, add colon, what that does is it actually looks like the little button. You guys can Google that and figure it out, or I can send it to you all through an email. The little codes here, like the mic and the caption, but I wouldn't worry too much about that. Down here, though, is where you can do some other things. For the note, you're able to attach anything. So you can attach a video, you can attach, so I'm gonna just copy.
How do you share your activities to the school?
I'll show you. So if I click X here, I'm gonna delete that really quick. So I can add multimedia instructions or examples. So you can, so for my DHH
this is how we do it.
you can send a video of yourself speaking in ASL. So you can actually do a video. You can send a link to a video. You can upload anything. You can upload straight from Google Classroom or Google Docs for those classes that are using Google Docs. I know 3rd grade is starting to use it. You can attach a note, which is what I did. And within the note, I actually have links so the kids can actually use that link when they are looking. So these links have videos on them. They're Padlet links. And then hold on, before I assign it, let me get through this. Question while my computer is slow?
I have a question. This is Trina Lorenz. I have a question about paras and how much we are able to do since we're not lead teachers. Like,
for me
We're
personally,
getting, this is Bunny. Trina, Melissa is checking into that for us today on the meeting because in reality, there really is not much that we can do, most especially since we're pre-K and K. So at this point, I'll have to get back to you on that. But I believe, again, our role is going to be supportive and joining in on class meetings and, that kind of thing at this point.
well, Miss Bunny, if you have a chance to speak with her, our concern is doing some sign language videos. So since
I'm sorry, I actually sent some out I'll see if I can find them and I'll send them to you. I found some on Facebook, and I sent them. Steve, I sent them to you.
Yeah, I got them.
Will
But we
you?
wanna-
Will you? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, we just want to create our own. I'm Cindy Brashear's neighbor, and we were going to get together, and
Mhm.
I was going to speak and show things, and Cindy wanted to sign, so I just didn't know if that was appropriate.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think that would be amazing. And all of,
Okay.
even in my classes, on some of the videos I create, I wouldn't mind having, like, if we could figure out like a picture in picture, I don't know if we could do that virtually.
Well, that's
I
what,
think
yeah.
Seesaw is the perfect outlet for that.
Right.
Okay.
The deaf hard of hearing team has already been approved with interpreters and paras to upload sign language videos.
Okay, good.
Excellent.
And so they could be uploaded to YouTube and put a link in to Seesaw. You could do them straight into Seesaw. For picture in picture, I have that capability. So it might be that, like if I had a video I wanted interpreted, you could send me your interpretation, the interpreted aspect of it, and I could do a picture in picture on top of my video. Does that make sense?
So if we,
Say it again.
So like for one of my videos that I sent out, I sent a tutorial for how to sign into Seesaw for kids, like from the kids'
Yes.
point of view, for both parents and students. And it's about 10 minutes long. Now, granted, they could follow along probably with what I'm doing, but it'd probably be better if they had an interpreter right in the corner
Yes.
interpreting what I'm saying in the video. So maybe we could practice with that, and I could.
So you're saying there's a capability of having a separate window on top of something where the interpreters are interpreting?
Yes, I could use. You could use iMovie. There are a couple of different ways to do it.
I'm clueless. I'm sure the interpreters are. So maybe if we could have our own separate meeting with the interpreters.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do that, and then if I'm able to.
Sorry, this is Henry. I've tried to do the picture within picture, and I used iMovie, but I don't think I have the latest software. But I'm willing to try to figure that out if you want to include me.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Maybe we can. Yeah, we can have a separate meeting about that. All right. Let me get back to our virtual learning activity here in Seesaw. So some other things you could do is you can actually add a template, and that allows for each student to respond separately. And you'll find that in the community activities, they're a lot like that. You can also go down to more options. Let me just adding teacher notes. And then just to describe what you do. And then once you save it, this is where it gives you the option to assign. So the green assign button allows you to assign it to whatever classes you want to assign it to. Additionally, you can edit with students. So this is where you can differentiate. So if you've created like an assignment that's a little, maybe 3 assignments that are a little bit different each, then you can differentiate in that way by assigning it to those certain students. This is also, if you want to be able to have a shared account where the students can see other students' work, you in the activity just do private, and that way then when they upload to the activity, nobody can see it except for you as the teacher. That's a way to keep things private if you still want kids to be able to see other work. All right, so that's our activities button. That's mainly what I'm working in, but I've also done a lot of stuff in the inbox. So here's where you get notifications for when students turn things in, but it's also your messaging inbox for both student announcements and family announcements. So this is the video I just sent out today. It took me about 2 hours to go in each class because it's a 10-minute video just to get it uploaded. but I was able, and they can see the video straight from here. So this doesn't go into the learning journal. These are messages I sent out just to most of them, both family and students.
And how do the parents access it? They have to go to the inbox?
So the parents should have the family app,
Mhm.
and almost all of our families are connected. So you can see here, see where it says seen. I don't know if you can see
Right.
that, really small, but it says this was seen by Andrew Palmer, Annabelle. So this was seen by quite a few students and parents.
Mhm.
And you can tell who is connected.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you in a minute how to know which of your families are connected and are not. But this is a great way, especially for me, since I don't have all their email addresses, to keep connected. And once you've sent an announcement, then parents can send you messages as well. So I just got a message from one of my students' parents,
Computer.
one right here.
Who's that?
And they had sent me his video. They couldn't figure out how to not have the student app signed in yet.
What does he call you? CV or Saints?
So they said thank you because I let them post it here. So this was, he had asked me about him, instead of sending an artwork this way, he wanted to make brownies. And I was like, yes, that's,
That's so cute.
yeah, so it's really cute. The video is adorable. So I have to figure out how to get the video into the activity. It's easy for images, but videos are a little bit different.
Very quick question.
Yes.
So am I able to see what you're posting for my students in your art class from my Seesaw account?
You cannot, but if you would like for me to add you as a co-teacher to my account,
Yes, please.
we can do that. Yeah.
This is Stephen. Me too, please.
Okay. I'll add you guys as co-teachers. You know what? Y'all just email me and tell me which homeroom you want to connect to, because that'll be the easiest thing. So this is one of the great things about the app. And it also, if your family is Spanish speaking, this will translate for them if their phone is set in Spanish.
Amazing. Dear God.
Yeah, pretty awesome.
How that translation works? How does that?
I'm sorry?
Can you demonstrate how they would translate it?
Let me think. I've gotten messages from Spanish speaking parents, but for right now, I can't figure out what class they're in. You know, when you have 400 kids, it's a little bit harder. Who are my ESOL? Whose homerooms are my ESOL students in?
Them and me.
Sery,
Merrigan.
Sinclair, Merrigan. It might be Sinclair.
Faggy.
Let me see. Somebody had a question.
Does it do it? I mean, does it do it automatically? I guess.
Automatic.
Okay, then I don't need to know how to do it.
Right. No, it'll say, like on mine, it said,
like the original or something like that.
Right. Translate, or yeah, it said something. So I was able, it's pretty it's easy. Okay. Somebody had a question earlier that I said I was going to get to, and I completely forgot what it was.
Yeah, I had a question.
Yes.
My question is, can I share my assignment with the other deaf and hard of hearing classes?
Yes. So
I just
you do that. So you want to be able to share with the school. Is that what you're saying?
Okay, got it.
So when you are creating the activity, Now it's being really slow. When you're creating the activity, actually I'm going to go here, add, assign activity, and it will give you the option once you've created it to share with the school.
Oh, okay, got it.
And then it will be in our school section. And it also, I think it allows you to email it. So when you make it, a little pop-up window will come up and it'll
Okay, got
offer
it.
different options for sharing.
Miss
Seeing-
Sery, I have a question.
Mhm.
This is Sabrina. Not sure why my screen says Jada. That's my daughter's name. I wanted to know if if the student parents have already been invited to connect and they have not connected. Do we just resend the invite to them again?
Yes, that's exactly what I was forgetting about. So for families, how to check to see which families are or are not connected and to invite or re-invite them, which I did last week and a little bit this week already, is you go down to families, go to manage families, and then you'll see here I have 25 connected, which isn't really true. So I'm actually going to go down to invite families. And from here, you can actually tell who's connected and who's not connected, which wouldn't it be amazing if all of these, I chose one of my only classes. Okay, so this one failed to deliver. So I might try a different number if I have a different number.
Amy, I can correct that for you. That email address is missing a letter. It's
Oh, it is?
incorrect. Yeah, it's incorrect in Infinite Campus. Just add an S after Montesino.
Okay. I'm gonna do that right now while y'all are here.
It's supposed to be Montesino's
Max.
Max.
Okay.
There you go. That's correct.
All right. So then you do that, and you see that was my only one not connected. So I'm hoping Uziel's family will be connected now. And then I can return to a journal. So that's how you can invite them. Now, it doesn't mean the families have it on their phone still, because they may have had it and then deleted it. You know what I mean? So although I do send stuff in the inbox, I am drafting a letter today that I'm going to send to all homeroom teachers to send home that will include the tutorial video for families. Because it is the most efficient way for me to keep in touch with families, because I don't have all of their email addresses. And as you could see, that one was a mistake, because I got the at campus.
And we can go in also correct the email addresses ourselves as well and add additional numbers and email addresses. And I did it for all my families yesterday. And I was able to set up folders for like each day, day 1, day 2, day 3, and my families, as they upload their work, I asked them to upload it in the correct folder. And so far they're doing it.
That's good. Yeah. So that's another way to do it, is utilize folders instead of doing it as an activity. What the activity helps with is, I'm going to go to your class, Ms. Washington. What the activity helps with is that you're able to automatically see who's done it and who hasn't. Whereas with so if I go down here, I could see I have 7 responses from week 1, which is actually quite a lot for kindergarten, right? And some of these they've emailed to me and I just posted it myself. Or they sent it through the parent app and I posted it myself.
Now, Siri, I did see on mine where it said that all of my students could see each other's work. I went in and changed that setting just so that I'm only allowed to see it. Did you have yours where everyone can see each other's work?
I do, because I want them, because they're so isolated right now. I want them to be able to comment and to like each other's work. So I have it on.
Okay.
But I get it. For you guys, they're all doing the same thing, right? For me, they're all making their own work of art. So it's a little different. So that's why if you do an activity, you could come in, edit that activity for it to go into a, so you can come down to folders and you can make it a private folder. So then only you see it until you release it. Does that make sense?
Yes, that's what I did. That
So
I could.
that's one option, is just to make it a private folder. And then once you make it live, then they're able to share. Or maybe certain things you want them to be able to see and others not.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. But I mean, it is such a powerful tool. And like I was saying with the Google, you can very easily, like when you're, you can post work too, of course. You have
can
all these
also-
different options.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, if a parent send you an email on your email account, you can download the work and then save it, and then you can upload it into the student's Seesaw account. I did some of those this morning as well.
Exactly, yes. And so even those groups that are using Google Drive, it'll connect to your Google Drive, and then you're able to, well, I don't know what this is. I need to clean up my Google Drive. So I had Briar Lake somewhere. There we go. So then from there, you're able to, like you could see here, I had 2 that somebody sent me. So I just saved into my Google Drive, and then all I have to do is upload it, click on it, and select it. And it's easy to add their work. Are there any other questions?
I have a question. This is Stephen. If we've already created an activity and already posted it, and Henry is able to do the picture on picture, can he do that on old activities that have already been posted, or does it have to be on a new activity?
Well, you're able to go in to anything that's been posted before.
Yes.
Right, so I think. Now, if it was in the inbox, maybe not, but any post that's over here, just click on the 3 dots, and that'll give you another menu, and it allows you to copy and edit. It allows you to do many things. Now, for the like picture-in-picture video, you might have to actually see the 3 dots. You actually have to, you might save it to your computer and use another program to do the picture-in-picture, and then repost it.
Okay.
Anything else?
Yeah, I have a question. This is Lauren Davenport. I serve multiple grades, so the Seesaw is really cool. I know 5th grade uses that, so if I want them to add me, just send you an email for that?
Yes, you can send me an email, because if none of your teachers are here right now, they may not know that they can actually add you themselves. But you can send me an email and tell me all the classes you want to connect to, because I could also connect you to their art class, and you'd be able to see their artwork too.
And then my next question is the Google Classroom, because I know one of my other grades is preferably using that. So do you have to be for both of those? Like they have to add you for both of those in order to use the Google Classroom, or how does that work?
So I am not using Google Classroom. I know Miss Black has been getting hundreds of emails, and some parents are like, why aren't you using Google Classroom? What people don't realize is that we teach 400 students, and we just need to use one program with 19 classes. So this is me on Monday checking all of these classes over here. But, and I get it, homeroom teachers have a ton too. So we need to choose one program to use. If they're going to use Google, that's great. But even if the kids are using Google Classroom, they can still go to Seesaw. All the kids know how to use Seesaw. Every single student at Briar Lake knows how to use Seesaw, because that's all I use in my classroom. And they can go to post. So if they've created something for Miss Black that's in Drive, you could see here, upload, select from Google Drive. So they could have created it in Google Drive, but they need to add it to Seesaw, because Miss Black doesn't have all hours of the day to check Seesaw, Google Drive, and Verge.
Yes, I understand that.
So
I guess I was just curious about, do you have, like, if I wanted to do something with like a specific grade, like I know third grade's using Google Classroom, like they would still have to add me to
they
sort
would
of see
have
all
to
their
do that.
stuff.
Yeah, I don't
Okay, all right,
because
perfect, thank you.
yeah, Google Drive, I went in, I was thinking about it, but the classes are not already made. So that would entail us making classes and adding 400 students or inviting.
Okay, gotcha. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Did you say at the beginning this was going to be videoed and saved so that, like, if my student teacher isn't on now, she can watch it later?
Yeah, I'm recording it.
Okay.
Okay. If that's everything. Hi, there are your faces.
Not showing my face.
Neither. Sorry.
So, Miss Sery, I have a question.
Yeah.
I started a class and I kind of mixed up my parents and my students. Embarrassing, but I went through and I had to create another class. Do I have to enter the children's number for them to be connected to the other classes?
Yes. So let me get my screen back up here so I can show you specifically how you do that. So, oh, not that screen. That's the student, what the student sees. Sorry. So at the beginning of the school year, or actually before we started school, I added all of the students into Seesaw. So you do not have to enter any students. So what you would do is you would go to the wrench, because are you connected to our school already?
I do believe so.
Okay. So all you would need to do is go to the wrench, go to manage students. And then down here at the bottom, you just have to enter in their student number, starting with the S and the 7 numbers that follow, and their name should pop up. That way, it's already got their email address, it's already got their parent connected. So if their parent's connected with me, then they will be connected with you too.
Okay, so my thing is, I didn't go through this process of adding the e numbers, the students' numbers, but I am connected with the parents.
As long as when they go here, they see all of their classes and you, then that's fine, I guess. The only problem is now, like if I go to, so I'm an admin, obviously. If I go to the admin account, then you've added like new students to our school. Does that make sense? But
I lost you for a second, so I wasn't able to hear everything that you said. I'm sorry.
That's okay. So if you're creating new students, then you're adding students to our school, if that makes sense. So can you give me the name of one of your students?
Beth Hartman and Ella, I can't remember Ella's last name. It starts with a J.
Yeah. It's taking a minute. So
I'm sorry.
that's okay. I can actually, because I'm an admin, I can actually combine them, so it's fine. So if you see how there's 3 Beths now?
Yeah, I did that. I'm sorry.
So what I'm able to do is, I'll have to remember how to do it, but I can combine all the students.
And it's Ella as well. Sorry.
Okay, so Beth and Ella from Ms. Alexander's class?
Yes.
Okay. I'll do that for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then that way, whoever has a connected parent, like, it looks like they'll all be connected once I do that. Okay? Anything else? And y'all are more than welcome to email me anytime you have a question about Seesaw.
I have a question, but I don't think it pertains to everybody, so I hate to take up everybody's time with it.
Okay. Well, you can email me separately or you can call me, whatever. That's fine. All right. Well, I guess that's it. I'm going to stop the recording.